What are we doing in this world, and what happens when life is over? These questions, meaning and death, are the most important questions we can ask. Yet many people are too busy or distracted or overwhelmed to search for answers. If you're curious about these ultimate questions, here are 3 reasons to consider Christianity. First, the idea of God makes a lot of sense. The world that we live in doesn't seem self-explanatory. In the 20th century, scientists even discovered that, amazingly, it seems to have begun. Furthermore, the initial conditions and laws and constants of the universe seem to be precisely adjusted such that life can come about. These features of the universe, its non-necessity and fine-tuning, make the old idea of a creator sound not so crazy. A contingent, calibrated world seems like the kind of thing that would be constructed or designed. Just like a piece of art or a novel has an author, so the natural world seems to suggest some kind of supernatural antecedent cause. It's kind of exciting when you think about it. Now, if there is something out there that put the world here, this could explain some other mysteries as well. For example, the rise of consciousness. It would enable you to say that mind didn't somehow spring up from matter. Rather, mind is original. Mind produced matter. The possibility of some kind of God or creator could potentially shed a lot of light on our humanity as well. For example, it provides a possible basis for trusting our deep intuition that goodness and love have transcendent, lasting value. It also allows for a less elitist view of human history. If you're an atheist, you have to think that people were basically wrong on the most important question until the modern West. But if there's a God, you can be more open to spiritual experiences and perceptions. But which spiritual experiences and perceptions? There's a lot of different religions out there. They can't all be true because they contradict each other, and we shouldn't just pull out the bits of various religions that we like, because then we're really creating our own religion. That leads to a second consideration. Jesus is compelling. At the start of humanity's largest and most diverse religion, Christianity, stands a unique phenomenon in world history, Jesus of Nazareth. Lots of religious leaders made claims about the pathway to God and salvation, but Jesus claimed to be God and salvation. These claims of divine identity and divine authority can be found in the earliest gospel narratives that nearly all critical scholars acknowledge go back to the historical Jesus. Now, if these claims are false, then Jesus was either himself deceived or deceiving others. It seems strange that either delusion or malice is what sparked this huge religion. Plus, his disciples came to the conviction that he rose from the dead, and they proclaimed this message often at the cost of their lives. If Jesus wasn't raised from the dead, they also were either deceived or deceivers, both of which possibilities are problematic. It's actually difficult to explain what it was that launched this huge religion which has founded so many universities and hospitals and done so much good in history. One reasonable possibility is that it's simply true. Jesus was God. Jesus did rise from the dead. But if those arguments leave you with uncertainty, that's okay. There's a third consideration. Prayer works. You don't have to be smart enough to figure out all these questions. Christianity claims that God isn't just working in big and general ways in creation and history, but also in personal and intimate ways. He is not far from each of us, and he's responsive to faith, rewarding those who seek him. Jesus himself promised that those who seek God shall find him. So you don't need 100% certainty, you just need enough faith to come sincerely before God in prayer and say, Jesus, if you are real, teach me how to know you. It's worth putting everything you are into that prayer, because if Christianity is true, it not only provides an answer to these ultimate questions of meaning and death, it provides the happiest imaginable answer. It means there's an infinite God who loves you so much that he was willing to die on a cross to forgive you. And it means that beyond this world, there is a place of everlasting joy. Think of the happiest moment of your life. What if that was just a foretaste? What if you could have a perfect happiness in God that would go on expanding forever? And best of all, to become a Christian, you don't need to earn God's attention or favor. All you need to do is surrender your life to Jesus and believe. Why not do so right now?